Hello, it's Ollie here at the Crafty Whisk, and I'm so grateful that you could join me today. So I have a commission to make a special anniversary card, and I thought it might be a good opportunity to video how I go from inspiration to creating. It can be a very long, drawn-out process for me because I tend to overthink everything. So today's brief is it's an anniversary card for a 6-month anniversary, and the theme is dinosaurs, and favourite colours are green and orange. So I have gone through all of my stash and I've tried to come up with something I think will work. We'll find out together because I'm actually going to make it from start to finish with you. So I have an assortment of things out here, and what I like to do is I shortlist what I think will work, and then I place everything onto a blank card base and just see if maybe it will pan out okay. So I do have some dinosaurs, and they are from Clearly Besotted, You Rock. Unfortunately, Clearly Besotted may not have this exact one anymore, but they will have something very similar. They have really, really cute stamps. And I've also taken a sentiment from Tracy Hay, Dynamite, and I've got You Are Dynamite as the sentiment. And the other stamp I am using is also from Tracy Hay, from this little set here called Sentimental. And I'm using the little border hearts here. And the dies I'm thinking of using are from Heffy Doodle. They unfortunately are no longer in business, unfortunately, but it's basically a small scallop rectangle die. And I've also grabbed their lovely little bordered die, which is a string of hearts. And I'm sure there's things like this available from other companies like Lawn Fawn, My Favourite Things maybe scrapbook.com, all those sort of ones. There's so many similar things out there. And I'm still contemplating whether I'm going to do a stencil background or not, but that will be after the fact for a change today and rather than before, because I don't have any dies for the dinosaurs. Clearly Besotted don't include dies, and I don't want it to be layer upon layer upon layer. So the dinosaurs will be stamped directly onto the card panel. So what I was thinking is having the what is he? I think he might be a Brontosaurus and a little Triceratops, and have the panel cut out with the Imperial small scallop. And then the bottom of the card I'm actually going to then cut off using the heart die and then backing it with some different colour paper. And then the You Are Dynamite, at the moment I'm thinking it's going to go there, and then the little heart string, I'm going to pop it there and then possibly re-ink the string bit and then carry the string on. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll see how we go. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut out my scalloped frame so I know exactly what dimensions I'm working with. Then I'm going to grab out my Misty, and oops, I've got another project on the go in there. That's for an upcoming video, so that's not for now, that's for the next one. Gonna pop my card in there, and I've got the Waffle Flower sticky grip mat in there. Now I did want this to come somewhere down here, so I'll just pop that there. The magnet wants to grab it, that's okay, we'll just leave it there. And I wanted that sentiment up there, so they can go roughly there. And then if I want that to fit, that will go in that little spot like that. I think that looks about right. So I'm going to do the dinosaurs first. Just making sure I've got them on roughly straight by using the grids. I'm a bit too close now. Okay, that works. I'm going to be colouring with Copic, so I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black. Stamp it a couple of times. Lovely. I might keep that in there and stamp these ones. Make sure they're on probably go a little bit higher with that one. I might just turn it around so I can see it. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to go back in with the Memento. Beautiful. Okay, now I'll take that off there. Now I wouldn't mind continuing the stitching, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount that onto an acrylic block, and I'm going to mask off where I don't want the ink to go. You can use post-it notes, low-tack tape, whatever you have to hand. And I'm just going to mask off where the hearts are. Like so, and I think I will test this on a scrap. Yep, that works really well. So I'll just pop that back on. And excuse me if my head gets in the way, I just need to line this up. I might go upside down actually. Oh, you know what I did? I left the mask on. That was silly. That was silly. I'll see if I can get that ink off with the sand eraser. You know what? We can always make use of our mistakes. So it is those 3 hearts there. So I might just mask off the top. Oh dear. Always able to fix mistakes. Take the mask off, and I'm just going to stamp the hearts because it doesn't really matter if they're there. That looks okay. We'll get away with that. And then just to continue the line at the end here, I can just get away with inking up that little bit and going there. And what I might do is just grab a fine liner and just go over some of these lines. The good thing is with Tracy Hayes designs is they are a little bit like hand-drawn kind of look, so you can get away with a lot of things, which is wonderful. There. Like so. So I shall put that over there. All right. So the next thing to do is to colour it in with the Copics. So I need oranges and greens. Okay, so I'm going to start with the little fella. Now the little fella, their favourite colour is green. So I'm going to paint colour the Brontosaurus in green, and the Brontosaurus person's favourite colour is orange, so the little guy is going to be orange. So I'm just going to start with the darkest, and a new tip I've learnt lately from Dawn Lewis is when you're using your Copics, the reason the chisel end dries out is because it's under extreme pressure when you're colouring, because that cap always stays on the chisel nib. So the pressure builds up and builds up and builds up, and eventually that lid will crack. So to stop that happening, you remove both lids. So I start with the darkest and move to the lightest. So I will be fast forwarding this. So now I'm going to go with the darker colour and just put some marks on the dinosaur so it looks like they're scales, or like rhinoceros and elephants have that rough skin. I'm going to do the same sort of thing. It just gives a little bit more animation to them. And where that bit is in their eyes, I'm just going to add a little bit of white gel pen. And it just brings their eyes to life. Like so. And I just might add a few highlights here and there. And if you go out of the lines like I do, the colourless blender, you just push the colour back into the lines. So I'm not colouring, I am sweeping the colour back in. Some colours you'll find may bleed outside the lines a little bit more than others. Red and green are notorious for me for doing it, and I should learn to back it back a little bit so it's not going outside the line, but I always forget. Okay, I've finished with my markers, except for I want to do the little red ones, the hearts. Okay, now I'm going to trim the bottom off. And now I'm just going to back that onto some red. Like so. I think that will be cute. Now I need to decide if I want to stencil. I think I've got a lot going on there as it is. I was going to stencil really softly, but I think there is enough going on there. So what I'll do instead is I'll just grab some C1 and I will ground my dinosaurs. That way they don't look like they're just floating in thin air. Okay, I will glue that down. Okay, making sure I get a nice even border. And pop a weight on that. That one might be a bit bigger, yep. And then I'll just put that onto a card. So I've just got an 8.5 by 5, 8.5 by 5.5. Just going to score that at 4.25, and I'll turn it over. Make sure it's into the corner of the scoring board. Make sure the edges align and reinforce that fold with a bone folder, and that will ensure that your edges all meet. And glue that down. And pop a weight on there. I'm just going to go through, see if I can find something to pop on top. I've got a little, this is how I keep all of my enamel dots. It's in a totally Tiffany bag called Karen. And I've got all the colours in the different sections. I see orange isn't a colour I would normally keep a lot of on stock, so let's see what I have. I've got orange gems. I've got some green gems. Alright, these are adhesive backed, but they're not like super sticky. Oops a daisy. So I'm just going to use a pickup tool, if I can get it off my finger. I think I might put my glue dots down. I'll put one there. I'll just put 3. Put the orange one there. And I'll use the smaller goodness me. Do you find it's these fiddly little things that you struggle with? Oh my goodness. Okay, and if you wanted the hearts to shine a little bit, you can pop on some glossy accents. Okay, so they will dry clear and raised, and they'll stay shiny. So what do you think? From planning to completed card for an anniversary card, I think it's rather cute. Please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss it when I bring out a new video.